On a somber Wednesday morning in New Orleans, a devastating incident unfolded as a pickup truck intentionally plowed through pedestrians on Bourbon Street, leaving at least 10 people dead and 26 others injured. The horrifying event occurred at around 3:15 a.m. as the suspect drove at high speed through the French Quarter, targeting as many individuals as possible in a deliberate act of violence. Following the crash, the perpetrator opened fire on law enforcement officers, injuring two, who are now in stable condition. Mayor LaToya Cantrell initially referred to the incident as a potential terrorist attack, but the FBI later clarified it was not connected to terrorism. Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick described the attack as a calculated and severe offense, not related to impaired driving, as investigations reveal a more complex and troubling motive. The mayor urged residents to avoid an 8-block radius around Bourbon Street as a unified command, including the FBI and local authorities, continues to investigate.
Place right now. I'm going to ask Chief Kirkpatrick to give you an update. You're then going to hear from our agent in charge relative to the FBI. So at this time, Chief Kirkpatrick.
Thank you. All right. Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to give you as much of the information I possibly can. We are going to give you an update a couple of times today. So we will give you just the basics this morning, all right? We had this event started at about 3:15. It did involve a man driving a pickup truck down Bourbon Street at a very fast pace, and it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could. It was not a DUI situation. This is a more complex and more serious based on the information we have right now. With respect to numbers, we have right now, and as you already know, this could change throughout the day. We do know that there are 26 injured people who are at UMC Hospital. We know we have 4 at Truro, 4 at Oshner Baptist, 1 at Tulane, but even as I was walking out the door, I believe I have an unconfirmed additional people who have been taken to other area hospitals, possibly on the east side. But we will give you as many correct numbers as we can as the day progresses.
This incident marks another dark chapter in the city's history of attacks during public gatherings, including a 2017 Mardi Gras tragedy and shootings at celebrations in 2024. As New Orleans mourns the lives lost, the community stands united in grief and determination to ensure justice and safety for all.
Russian gas supplies to Europe via Ukraine ended on New Year's Day, closing a decades-long chapter of Moscow's dominance in the European gas market. The pipeline, a relic of Soviet-era infrastructure, has been Russia's oldest export route to Europe. However, the latest 5-year transit deal between Ukraine's Naftogaz and Russia's Gazprom expired without renewal. Ukrainian Energy Minister German Galashchenko hailed the event as historic, highlighting the financial losses Russia will face as it loses access to this once crucial market. Despite the ongoing war, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had indicated in December that Kyiv might consider extending the transit of Russian gas. However, this was conditional on withholding payments to Moscow until the fighting ends. Russian President Vladimir Putin dismissed the possibility, saying there was no time left for a new agreement. Russia's once dominant position in the European gas market, which peaked at a 35% share, has been significantly reduced to just 8% following the war and the closure of key routes, including Yamal Europe via Belarus and the Nord Stream pipeline, damaged in 2022. While EU gas prices surged to record highs during that period, experts believe a repeat is unlikely, as alternative supplies have been secured. For Ukraine, the end of the deal means losing about $800 million in annual transit fees. Gazprom faces an even steeper loss of $5 billion in gas sales to Europe. Austria and Slovakia, the primary users of this route, have already arranged for alternative supplies. The end of this agreement underscores the shifting energy dynamics in Europe and the far-reaching consequences of the conflict in Ukraine. Bulgaria and Romania marked a historic milestone on January 1, 2025, as they officially joined the EU's Schengen area, eliminating land border checks with EU members. Celebrations unfolded at key crossings, including the Friendship Bridge near the Bulgarian town of Ruse, where interior ministers greeted the first drivers crossing without border stops. Fireworks lit up the night as citizens celebrated the newfound freedom of travel. A Romanian driver described the event as long overdue, while a Bulgarian driver likened it to the fall of the Berlin Wall, calling it a day of great excitement. At the Kalata crossing with Greece, Bulgarian Prime Minister Dimitar Glavchev highlighted the convenience and unity brought by Schengen membership, allowing seamless travel from Greece in the south to Finland in the north and Portugal in the west. This milestone follows Austria's decision to lift its veto in late 2024, enabling the removal of land border checks after air and sea checks were lifted in March 2024. Israeli military operations were observed in the Golan Heights buffer zone on Wednesday, January 1, as vehicles and soldiers patrolled the area separating Israeli-occupied territory from Syria. Military vehicles were seen moving within the United Nations-administered Zone of Separation, a region established to maintain peace and prevent hostilities following the fall of the Syrian Bashar al-Assad regime. From the Israeli-occupied side, soldiers guarded the gate leading to the buffer zone, coordinating vehicle movements and maintaining a visible military presence. Armed troops and vehicles operated beyond the fence, highlighting Israel's security measures along its borders. The United Nations Security Council recently extended the peacekeeping mission in the Golan Heights for 6 months, emphasizing concerns over escalating military activities in the area. This ongoing mission aims to preserve stability amidst the fragile regional dynamics. Israeli officials have framed the operations as temporary and precautionary, focused on safeguarding Israel's borders. However, no timeline for the withdrawal of troops has been provided, leaving questions about the long-term implications for the region's security and peace efforts. Thousands of runners gathered at Berlin's Brandenburg Gate on January 1 to kickstart 2025 with the city's 52nd annual New Year's Day run. The 4-kilometer, 2.5-mile, route took participants along the iconic Unter den Linden Boulevard, past Berlin Cathedral, and back to the historic Brandenburg Gate. The event attracted approximately 4,500 participants from various nationalities, many dressed in colorful costumes and carrying flags. For some, it was a way to embrace fitness resolutions, for others, a moment to bond and start the year with positive energy. Annette Cruz, a participant, described it as the nicest way to begin the year. Another runner, 4-year-old Lilo, celebrated a milestone by completing her first 4-kilometer run, alongside her proud mother Michaela. For its 52nd year, the run remained true to its spirit, offering a free and festive activity while raising donations for those in need.